Paul. Yes. I sent an email last night about cooperation among those in law enforcement. Yes. I will probably look at it after I go get a cup of coffee. Yes, yes, yes. But this breach of confidence of those that are in police departments, I'm going to sue you today, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Oh, at your own peril, danger and exposure to injury or loss. That you decided that you try to cover up the crime of issuing court orders without any due process to me or my family. Then you decided to frame me for crimes I didn't commit. Now these perishable commodities, vegetables and fruit, ooh, I had wanted to be in the food business. Yes. I realize the importance of water when growing food and fertilizer. And yesterday I mentioned a little innovation that I called the wobbler motor. Yes. Well, quite often when I'm selling my innovations, I think, oh, how can I make some money? And I could haul shit out of major metropolitan areas and put it out there in the desert and let it dry. Pooch. But I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have my own coffee trees, and I can make a special coffee for the woman that I want to speak to, so that when I wake up in the morning, I could have a cup of coffee made for me that came from my own coffee beans that I had decided that I would grow in the desert. Now, you wouldn't think the coffee tree would do very good growing in human nutrients, but when you think about a fucking tree, I know that I could be producing the finest coffee beans the world's ever known. Now, when these commodities are perishable, pooch, you wouldn't think the coffee bean would ever dry up, but why don't we look at the commodities industry today? Because as I was kind of reading the headlines yesterday on the Drudge Report, yes, seems that the nation's very fucking hot. And there could be a little water shortage for those that live in major municipalities because of the now, the thought was I would employ 70,000 truck drivers. They drive in pooch and they take shit out. Chooch. They dump it in the desert. Yes. I'd refill it with municipal water. Oh. And I'd haul it back in, and you would pay me to take the shit out. You'd pay me to put the water in, and then I would plant coffee trees around where the human nutrient is deteriorating. Yes, yes. I have a special blend of fertilizer that I'm wanting to make. Yes, yes. Now, when you go through every commodity exchange of the world, I like to know the buys and sells of each and every commodity, all the corn commodities. Yes, the wheat, ooch, the oats, the soybeans. Now, somebody's just betting on the whole electric grid being the shitteroonie that it is. And I'm thinking that somebody's buying electricity or selling it. Ouch! So when you look at this crisis that we're facing of an electric grid that cannot handle the heat of the nation, I wanted to know of all the traders out there that are positioning themselves to if the grid went down, what would that do to the air conditioning, the freezers, yes, that are used to hold all the perishable items? Now, a lot of times apples, yes, strawberries, oranges, my goodness. These perishable items, the lettuce, tomatoes, oh. If the electric grid went down, it would cause the eradication of all perishable goods because there'd be no way to keep them cold. Oh! So, of all of the manufacturing, yes, of any, could you just find out right now what would happen to the food supply, you stupid fucker? Give me all the traders on each side of the electric grid.